Alright folks, the deck is Cthulhu Rogue. The goal of the deck is to use some of the newly buffed Cthulhu pieces to ramp up our Cthulhu, play him, potentially with some cost reduction from Emperor Thaurissan alongside Brann Bronzebeard. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/Roffle or here on YouTube. Alright. Let me get everything set up here, and we'll get into game. Alright, switch back our format. I don't really have much interest in queuing into a lot of bots today, so I might just skip some of those games. We'll see. This is not a terribly pleasant deck to play against some of the botted decks. Welcome, Ben. Welcome, Gigantic Donuts. General Kenobi. How are you doing today? Hey there, Vulata. It's an abnormally long queue time. Oh, I probably need to update Firestone.
Valera versus Malfurion.
Shall we dance?
Sure. Let's keep the Disciple. Welcome, Way. 7, hello. Okay.
I see you brought guests.
Probably some sort of mill rogue, if I had to guess.
Well met, Roffle.
Thank you, Leo. Appreciate the 46 months. That is a very long time. Let's go ahead and just cycle this. This will help if it ends up being... God, this is so weird to see at 5 mana. It'll help if it ends up being Mill Druid where I need to dump cards. Could just be Yade Druid. Could go here and Breakdance next turn if I want to. Or just save the Breakdance for the Cartoon or the Blade of Cartoon.
The time has come to dethrone our former.
This kind of lines up nicely into what they're doing though. So... Alright. We're already at a 10-10 cartoon. It's pretty good. As much as I would like to have like a Brann or a Cthulhu in hand, I think I just like shove the Emperor next turn. Force them to deal with it. Welcome, Lee. Oh. Okay, I guess that works too. Okie dokie. Looks like it could just be mill after all. So I think I'm going to be careful about how many cards I draw, even if it comes at the expense of value, so probably just spend this mana. Then also spend this mana. God, that buff actually starting to make a bit of a difference, right? Like, the numbers get up there pretty quick. dragons, maybe?
The feast of
Sure.
begins now.
Actually relevant minions? I mean, 7 mana for 2 ogres.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Ronaldo, huh? It's probably not very good for me. Just to cycle it. Oof. That was probably the single worst card I could have drawn there in my deck. This is unfortunate. Alright. I've been playing around a deck that we are not playing against at the moment. Curran, thank you for the 100 bits. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go.
Tuesday.
Thank you for that.
We're gonna be rich.
Sure. I might just play one of these for the breakdance value. Ow. Would also just like to have that other fan of knives. Suppose this works too.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Roffle. I'm your chef Benno, and today we're doing a simple side dish of mashed cauliflower.
Sounds pretty good to me. Thank you, Benno. The bot seems to be struggling, so I guess there is no link to the podcast command right now. There's unfortunately nothing I can do about it, though. Getting kind of low, aren't we? The answer is yes. Yes, we are. Surely they don't have a source of 2 damage here. I wonder if Astalor's Mana Thirst is active. Oh, good god.
I am listening.
I'm dead here, aren't I? Very much so.
Bring an inch of hot water to a boil in a pot and add cauliflower. Boil until soft, then drain and put
Appreciate
cauliflower
the
in a
BM.
blender with butter, salt and pepper, puree until smooth. I suggest having it as a side with meatloaf and roast carrots.
Alright, appreciate the tip. Thank you, Benno. If I had been able to better identify what I was up against, that would have been an easier matchup, I think. But that's fine.
Valera,
Another druid.
Goff.
Shall we dance?
Now that is out of the way, wowie wow, roffly roffle, wow, wow, oe, wow.
Thank you, Benno. Okay. Not a good hand. Not a good matchup if it's Tony Druid. We just... How's Cthulhu feeling so far? I've played him 0 times, and I've played 0 or 1 total game. I'll let you know when I find out.
I'm a fan of this.
Well met.
Randor, thank you for the prime. Oh, really? No. This is unreal, right? I've never seen Plague Spreader played in... Like, do I have to bounce this just so they don't have a target for it?
I know
This
all
is
the steps.
outrageous. I've never seen this played in Druid before. I am going to kill it with the Disciple, and then if it hits the Cthulhu, I just concede. Legitimately unreal. But this... Yep, that's why we Shadowstepped it.
Free of that blasted tower.
How did they get so lucky? Okay. I can just dump a Cthulhu since I have a Doomcaller in hand. And it requires an answer. Fantastic. Obviously. So let's go ahead and bounce
I know
that.
all the steps.
Job done.
This is really unfortunate. This might be the single worst possible matchup we could have not even expected to encounter, just encountered. Because, like, I don't think anyone in their right minds expects Plague Spreader Mill Druid. Do they even have a way to bring it back other than Xanath?
That rope's burning again. You cannot crack my carapace.
Okay.
I'm a fan of this.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Are you my master?
Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Whoa! This sane person wakes up and goes, I better be sure to tech against Plague Spreader. Yeah, it's the combination of, like, the mill and Plague Spreader, though. That's really kind of brutal for my deck in particular. But I have been able to do a reasonable job of dumping cards thanks to the opponent, like, aggressively ramping for me. Okay. It's fine. There's no sure. Second
Well met.
Tyrion's Toenail, thank you for the 13 months. Just dumping cards here.
Job's done.
Trying to avoid as many accidents as possible, even though we didn't get great value off of the Tog scheme. It's not what I'm looking to do here.
This must be the way.
Okay, that should be all the naturalizes.
You cannot crack my carapace.
I am overdrawing a card.
I have too many cards.
It's great that it was that one.
Armor! Armor! Lightly used armor.
By the power of Ragnarok, I have the power!
Break it, you buy it.
Job's done. Only one card. Hey, where'd my deck go?
I think it was unlikely that I was winning with Tog scheme anyway, just because it's a little bit too slow for where we are in the game. How? What? Am I crazy? Or did I just miscount? Like, it must have gotten one off of a Moonlit Guidance, or I'm just remembering last game because I've only queued into Druid so far.
No, I have too many cards.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
My dreaming ends.
I don't think I like it.
Begins.
Break it, you buy it.
Job's done.
We don't take any fatigue yet, so it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we lose this game. So they have another branching pass here, right?
My dreaming ends. Your nightmare begins.
Maybe we get there. They almost certainly have another poison seeds though, and I don't think I have the time to be able to do anything with Doomcallers. So, GG. right? They wouldn't be doing this before the... Told you it was a bad matchup. Managed to lose to this.
That's all for now.
I mean, it's just an impossible matchup. Their deck was seemed singularly built to destroy mine in a way that I have never encountered before. Probably could have won if I didn't burn the second Tog scheme. And the second Cthulhu. But that was just absolute misery. All right, maybe I won't encounter a deck meant to entirely destroy my silly combo. Would you save the first Tog Seam in hindsight? No. I couldn't risk burning, oh my god, 3 druids in a row?
Shall we dance?
I couldn't risk burning some of the other important pieces, and like if they were... At that time, they were indicating that they're a Plague Spreader deck, so I was going to play around the Plague Spreader by putting Cthulhu in my deck. I have nearly a 0% chance against Tony Druid. In fact, it's probably less than 0% to win. I just have no, like, possible way to play the game against Cthulhu Druid. Or, no, sorry, not Cthulhu Druid. Tony Druid.
That came as a surprise.
Yeah. Imagine playing new cards. Couldn't be me.
Nature speaks through my tunes.
Or anyone that plays the wild format, that is.
I'm a fan of this.
This is a pretty horrendously bad matchup. This might be one where Twin Emperor Vek'lor could actually carry. Like, unironically. Which would be quite the sight, but... I mean, opponent's playing just one of the best decks in the format. Certainly the best Druid deck in the format. And I have a lot of damage to do.
Nature speaks through my tunes.
This way.
Oh. I haven't played a whole bunch of 0-mana minions yet. So, I shouldn't have said that. What a huge mistake that was.
I'm sorry that you have to deal with this on your birthday, Roffle, but happy birthday at least.
Well, fortunately, it's not my birthday, so I don't have to deal with it on my birthday. But I appreciate the concern, Benno. And the bits. Assuming Deck Tracker hasn't updated it, which is why Cthulhu is still 10. I mean, yes, that would be a reasonable assumption. Oh, welcome, Sokka. Okay. Like, yeah, we lose the Emperor, but the good news is that that's one less rake they can use on the Vek'lor. So, which, again, is probably just forced into being my win condition. I haven't seen this deck in ages. I don't think in ever. I don't think anyone in their right mind has ever played Cthulhu Rogue. Well, let's maximize damage here. That's how I'm winning. And look for the Vek'lor and pray. Like, I would love to fill out my curve here, but...
Break it, you buy it. Armor! Like we
Just delay a little bit for me. I'd probably just pray that I draw the Vek'lor. Cthulhu's big, but not that big, but we can shuffle 7 copies into our deck. That's just fine. I mean, you played Cthulhu Rogue years back? Yeah. That is only providing more evidence for my point.
Welcome.
The best part about playing silly meme decks into some of the best decks in the format, as well as those that have impossibly good matchups against me, is the BM that we get to encounter along the way.
break it, you buy it.
Technically not dead, but we are dead to pounce.
Well met.
Whispers of the Old Gods was the best expansion and nobody can tell me otherwise.
I mean, I think people are probably allowed to disagree. Thank you, Vanfix.
That came as a surprise.
That's all for now.
It's really cool that these cards were buffed so that I can play them into decks that haven't gained new cards in months. And that just absolutely overrun me.
Well met.
No.
I bring the fury of the elements.
Shall we?
Leo, thank you for the 35 months. 8 Coon, 8 Coon, Keith Coon, Cthulhu. Sorry that you didn't get that red, but appreciate the support. We're just conceding to even Shaman bots, so that's the good news. Chill, it's Cthulhu Shaman. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
We have turned our curse into
Do I get to ban you now?
strength.
That's all for now.
God, I'm still just reeling from that Mildura game, I'm not gonna lie. That was unbearably frustrating. Are they genuinely all bots? Almost always, yeah. Like, if they are piloted by humans, they would probably be at a higher rank than 3300 Legend. While playing even Shaman. And need to remember
Shall we
to
dance?
update deck tracker after this game. It's a decent enough curve, I think. Impressive that a bot can reach legend. I mean, it just demonstrates how straightforward even Shaman and to a lesser extent Pirate Rogue is. Like, they are very straightforward decks that you can just kind of brute force to legend, and not many people play more games of Hearthstone. No human can play as many games of Hearthstone as a bot can, which
Bound to come this way. Are you
does that mean there's some sort of like jailer combo?
Do you have this in a bigger
But
size?
at least a portion of getting to legend is just like number of games played, which bots can do very well.
Cthulhu! 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 By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power!
That seemed kind of good for me. Or at least not horrendous.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Oh yeah. Ramp them up.
break it down?
Ow. He got big real quick.
Amuse me with your tales of victory.
This is bad for me though. Probably just dead here. Certainly won't be able to kill the opponent before I die. So, GG. +8, it simply does not matter. Everything in this video game is faster than Cthulhu still. Even Warrior good now, I've seen it a few times. It has been 3 hours since changes were pushed. I don't know. Probably wasn't very good before. Like, I think it's probably just worse than Control Warrior deck. That's why I put a question mark. I know, that's why I answered your question.
Valera versus Lady Vash.
Only death is colder than the depths.
Shall we dance?
There's probably not a single shaman meta deck that I want to queue into. Maybe Cthulhu has a better shot in Twist? Yeah. No, I mean, it's pretty obvious that the changes weren't for Wild. In fact, I think I think the changes that are going to be relevant to Wild make the format worse.
That's all.
The format got sped up as a result of the changes, so you won't ever see people playing a whole lot of Cthulhu because it's going to be miserable to try and do so like it is right now for me. A lot of the changes that are going to actually matter are the changes that sped up the format. And so, in my opinion, that results in a worse Wild format. We're buffing already very good, very aggressive decks that didn't need any help, and just like arbitrarily buffing old like ban favorite cards in a way that doesn't make them playable. In this format, at least. Shadow Bomber buff is nuts. Yeah, so it's the Crystal Runner, so it's like the new pirate that they gave Priest, for Shadow Priest. I don't know. Maybe they'll revert some of the changes once they see Twist is unpopular Copium. I would not expect them to make any balance changes targeted at Wild unless things get outrageously out of hand, simply because of the words that they've said and the actions that they've taken, both recently and throughout Wild's lifespan. What is it with Aviana now back to 9 mana? What is it? She got buffed? I'm not sure what the question is. Or how that is different from the words that I've been saying. If only a few cards are viable in Wild, it might be a better strategy to craft the card rather than buying packs. Yeah, probably. I mean, that's often the case for even, like, expansions within Wild, isn't it? Like, standard facing. Yeah, we're just in the bot range again, so that's a bummer. I think Wild could be fixed if they do more batch changes, but target some of the strong stuff for batch nerfs as well. I think nerfs are going to be the only thing that would sort out some of the power outliers in Wild, but they've already and frequently indicated that that's not something they're going to do, so there's not really a reason to expect it. I should have kept the Swindle. I just kind of, like, mindlessly clicked off of it. You think they're purposely trying to push Wild players to Twist and Standard? That's why they don't fix Wild? No. Well, maybe not, like, nefariously in the way that a lot of people think. I think it's just they have a different philosophy for Wild compared to what highly engaged Wild players seem to want. Yeah, but they've never, like, misrepresented that or anything. They've always been pretty upfront about that, and people still seem to like expect it for little to no reason. This is Kingsbane, so I cannot win unless I get a Vek'lor, and even then, I probably cannot win. Again, just every singular deck in this game is faster than any Cthulhu you can ever make.
Choose suit.
If I don't get a Fan of Knives here, I can't win. My hand is just horrendous. And I'm already in a bad matchup, so I can't afford to fall further behind than I already have. Yeah, this is game over. Don't have a playable card in its turn 4 against a deck that wants to kill me on turn 6. You have Cthulhu and an ETC and still gonna buffed. I do not know, but I also don't know why you would ever want to do that. Other than to play around that one person playing Plague Spreader. Oh, it's gonna be a long stream trying to get footage for a video for this deck, isn't it? I don't know why I would want to do that either, just curious. I mean, test it? That's what I would have to do to answer the question. But these signatures look really cool. Gonna try for any. No. I think chasing cosmetics, especially signature legendaries, is a good way to waste a lot of money. Highly disappointed with the design philosophy they're showing with this update. The design philosophy of this update has not changed in the slightest from what they've been saying for years about Wild now. That's the part that I have a hard time with, is that people have like this expectation based on I don't know what. Like this has been their design philosophy almost since Wild was released. There have been a few exceptions. Yeah, it's another bot. This hero in Even Shaman is almost always bots. Like what I'm confused about is where the expectation that things would be different are, because they've been very clear about what their design philosophy for Wild is. Didn't they set this expectation at the start of the year? No. People just misinterpreted what they said because of their expectations. Dark Show, thank you for the 8 months. And the tax avoidance tip. They said there would be a new way to play with your wild cards. And new and updated wild cards. People heard updated and immediately assumed nerfs, even though there was no reason to. I say this as someone who would have liked some nerfs. But I didn't have the expectation because I didn't have any reason to. Do you have stream delay? No. Why is that? What? You can hear me answering your questions in real time. I don't understand what. Alright, please don't be Tony Druid. Just out of curiosity, why are you not reporting the bots? Because my job is to put on an entertaining show. Stopping to report every bot I see, which is a significant number of bots, this is Tony Druid, I can't win, is not an entertaining show. Also, it feels like reporting bots does seem, from an optics perspective, does very little. Some bots don't show in recent, so I can't report them. Why is that? Because they are Blizzard bots that are designed to help you rank up. Were you the one that tried the Blade of Cthulhu into 2K Linecacker Druid, but found it capped. No, I think that was Dane.
Are you my master?
Armor! Armor! Lightly used armor.
I wonder if the armor can actually make me live. They are damage capped, but they also just win the game next turn, so that doesn't matter. I mean, how hard can it be to detect a bot? No latency and yeah, just I mean, you're hired. You clearly have solved it. Blizzard should just hire you immediately because it's very easy to solve. Botting is a very difficult problem to solve in nearly every single video game. If it were easy, it wouldn't be likely to be a rampant problem. Are they officially for helping people rank up? Didn't know. I assumed Blizzard just wanted fill matchmaking. I mean, you can't. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, isn't it? We're just gonna go ahead and go next.
That's all for now.
Not a fun matchup, even if we have a slight chance to win. Allegedly, they have banned hundreds of thousands of bots already. The problem is when you ban a bot, the people that make the bots simply make a new account and you get more bots, so you're just playing whack-a-mole. Surely this won't be a pirate rogue, right? It's a pirate rogue.
Are you my master?
Why people bought if you lose all your cards when the account is banned? I guess the goal is to sell the account before it's banned. I'm waiting for the guy that suggests adding CAPTCHA before every game. I don't think it's a singular person. I think it's everyone's brilliant solution to the bot problem. Welcome, Janae.
I'm a fan of this. This way.
Unfortunate.
There be no treasure.
Roffle, I know you play the game for fun with fun decks, but at this point you should consider playing really good decks to climb, and then you can play with fun decks. It's literally what I did this season. It didn't change anything.
Rise me hearties.
I don't know what. That would change. Because then I just play better decks the higher up I climb.
I'm a fan of this.
How'd it? Okay.
Armor! Lightly used armor.
I'm not going to think about it too hard.
Music's for everybody. Eh? Rise me hearties.
to a visitor at the San Diego Zoo, a guy who just got his liver stolen and Craig disappearing after investigating a shady company have in common. The last person they met is Roffle.
I haven't been to the zoo in a long time. I don't know what you're talking about. But thank you, Janae. What percent of pirate rogues do you think are bots? A extremely large percentage, because it's not a very strong deck right now. But the bots haven't figured that out.
That's all for now.
I do appreciate that we moved on to the portion of a difficult stream where chat has proposed a solution that would make my problem worse. But you did concede her. Yeah, I sure did. Alright, back to the druids. Surely this time we won't get unlucky with our mills, right?
Shall we dance?
And there won't be an errant plague spreader. Yeah, welcome, Jerry.
I see you.
Okay. Unfortunately, it probably does mean mill, but at least it does theoretically give me time to set up. Want to see Cthulhu Breakdance? He has a couple of times, but it's even at a like 20 plus stats, it wasn't enough to win a video game. There's something the wild community can do about the botting situation. No, I don't think it's outside of their hands. I think only Blizzard has the capacity to do something about it, other than, I mean, reporting them. But to me, at least, that feels like a bit of a fool's errand, and I don't know, kind of puts the burden on the player, which doesn't feel right. How much do we think this is a mill deck? I don't know. I got baited into dumping cards too early last time. I think this is probably just fine to give away here. Anyway, we've had more than enough discussions about bots on this channel. We don't need to repeat the same conversation every single time
This must be the way.
I stream. Yep. I guess this is the part where we mill the cartoon.
Glad you're back from your day off.
I was lucky.
How did the trial in Den Haag go? I mean, how was your short Europe trip? Haha, misspoke. Wow.
I don't know how you got those two confused, but thank you, Janae.
The Feast of Souls begins now.
I'm gonna play it safe and just dump the prep here, because like we know that they have another naturalize in hand, right? It came off of the Moonlit guidance, so makes sense to pare down my hand here. The only card that matters if we burn is the Cthulhu himself, so Hopefully we do not burn that card.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
That's neat.
Armor! Armor! Lightly used armor!
You think the taunt lifesteal saying will single-handedly save Cthulhu decks for Wild? Probably not, but it'll make it a little bit more tolerable to play. Like, a lot of what's happening in these games is I'm just getting overrun, which is going to be a weakness for Cthulhu. Just, even at 8 mana, he is much slower than, you know, what most decks do in this format, so... I mean, the 4-drop will be able to tank some Pirate Rogue. I mean, the problem is you want it to come down on turn 4, right? If you want it to come down on turn 4, it's not going to be very big at that moment. So. I don't know about that.
Break it, you buy it!
I know all the steps.
Again, we know they have the Naturalize in hand. There's no reason to leave the Cthulhu on the board when we could potentially get lethal next turn. The only risk is like a random Mutanus, but that doesn't seem likely in this particular deck. And even then, it's a 1 in 3. They have Renethal and ETC in an Oaken Summons deck. Any brands?
I know all
Break
the
it, you
steps.
buy it!
At least there are no Plague Spreaders this time. They did this backwards. They really... What? Wait, where did that come from? There's the Brann.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
My dreaming ends. Your nightmare begins.
Not quite lethal, but...
Break it, you buy it!
like, with the cost reduction, that's my opportunity to get the Brann value.
Thanks for all the entertaining videos and streams, even if the meta/format isn't the best right now.
I appreciate that, Onu. Thank you for the bits. Did that get slower somehow?
Be the way.
It sure feels like it. How good is Shek Zara in this deck? I don't know what that card is. Alright, we're just gonna draw into cartoon right now. Boom.
I'm a fan of this.
Ho!
Your history.
My dreaming ends. Your nightmare begins.
Well, it took 1 hour, but we won a video game today.
Valera versus Illidan.
Maybe you reached the fun MMR? Possible. Trying this again when iStock is released. Almost certainly not, no. I mean, maybe in Twist I'll try something similar. But I tend not to release... I mean, I'll be playing Cthulhu decks with iStock, but I tend not to try and avoid releasing very similar decks. Jeez. Apparently we really want to have a Blade of Cthulhu. Demon Hunter and Wild, WTF do they do? Win a lot of games. Because Questline and Demon Hunter is one of the best decks in the format.
A marvelous display.
I hope you're ready for a marvelous display. My crazier is Invigorate like the only card on a decent power level. I don't know what Invigorate is. So based on that, I'm going to go ahead and say yes, you're probably crazy, because there are a lot of really strong cards that were buffed and added to the mini set. 2 mana Wild Growth? Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a strong card, but there are a lot of other really strong cards that were added.
Oh. A marvelous display.
Like the discard Warlock location, the Priest and Pirate, or the Pirate and Priest. Got that backwards. I probably should have swung there. I don't really have a play for next turn, and so I'm probably just going to be forced to dagger up. Jade Rogue with Snowfall Graveyard seems slightly playable. Yeah, Jade Rogue might be one of the first decks I play in Twist. I really like the new 3 mana card that discards it. Like, I need to figure out a way to get multiple copies of that. Or simply play like a Jade Secret Rogue so I can do a lot of discarding. But like, Jade Rogue in particular got mega juiced. Didn't know this card existed. Grand Empress Shekzara is a legendary rogue minion from... Discover a card in your deck and draw all copies of it. Yeah, that seems pretty bad in this deck, doesn't it?
I obey.
I'm not entirely sure what a bunch of copies of Cthulhu that I can't... Like, that card wants to draw copies that are all played at once, right? That wouldn't really be easy or possible to do with Cthulhu. I tried it in Shuffle Rogue stuff. The biggest problem is it doesn't specify cards that were shuffled that didn't start in your deck, so you can whiff. Oh. yeah, I feel like I have two, and it was an extremely underwhelming card. But I don't remember that specifically being a problem. But, like, it was mostly, what I remember about it was that it was, like, just not a good card in nearly any context.
Gifts of the arcane surge within me.
This is a really good draw for this situation. Because I really do want to take this off the board this turn. And it allows me to retain an answer to some of their bigger minions that they're going to be summoning. I think Blade of Cthulhu would be more interesting if it also gained stats itself. That would probably be a little bit much at 6 mana though, wouldn't it? Especially, again, when you consider the buffs were primarily targeted at Twist. So that card in Twist seems concerning. Maybe drawing Cthulhu would be a good idea in this situation. I hadn't thought about that, but you might be onto something. I don't think I want 8 additional copies of the Blade of Cthulhu. It'd be kind of funny, though, so I do have to consider that.
What shall I do?
So we're definitely doing this. Sure. How does Blade work with Brann? Only buffs once. It only kills 1 minion, but it should buff twice. Don't quote me on that. But I believe that. That's how I would expect it to work.
Symphony of terror begins.
Break it, you buy it.
Okay, I've encountered this opponent before, and the reason... Jet flying up. I've encountered this opponent before, and the reason I didn't just play the Cthulhu there, which in most circumstances would be the correct play, is that I know that they run a Silas Dark Moon in their ETC, so I'm not leaving a Cthulhu stranded like that. They could simply lose me the game on the spot.
A marvelous display.
So in most other circumstances, I would just shove the Cthulhu and move on. This is not one such circumstance.
I'm a fan of this.
Okay, let's do some quick math here. 25, 32, 33, 34.
Cannot be extinguished.
That's not enough damage, is it?
How complicated.
right? 25, 32, 34. I'm short by a little bit here. Let's put big man in middle.
A marvelous display.
Time's ticking.
Maybe there's an argument for playing the Brann there. But the problem is if they steal my Cthulhu, I can't, like, Doomcaller it, right? Because then it's their Cthulhu.
You will be remade. Construct the will of the makers.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Cower, fool.
Brann in the middle to protect against, again, the Silas. Concede if Brann dies? Yeah, probably. Oh my god, there's still a decent chance we're not going to have lethal heroes. I think there's a strong probability we lose here now. Roffle, do you think your opponent was Mutanus? No, I know my opponent is Illidan.
My dreaming ends. Your nightmare begins.
Alright.
Thank you.
Let's see if I was right. Based on the emoting, it feels like I am. Or we're just dead, but that seems less likely. Yeah, they're just giving me the warm bow here. Wait.
A marvelous display.
That's not Silas. Okay, I do have a lot of Blade of Cthulhu's in here. Just gonna throw that out there. We're gonna lose to Jailer. Wait, are we? Because this won't be on the board anymore.
Sleep.
Wait, how hard did we hit that? Because it takes double damage? opponent misplayed, I mean, that was probably the only way they could survive the turn, right? Oof. Oh yeah, that's true. There is a Bolf in the photograph still. So it's not over yet, but they don't have the mana for him this turn, do they? Oh, that might have burned him.
Gifts of the arcane surge within me.
I see your fire cannot be.
Apparently I was playing around a ghost this whole time. Oh, you're not gonna let me hit you with a 40-46? The choke? Chat, your understanding of the game state. How was that a choke? They just They were in a desperation play to survive the turn. Oh, Hang, thank you for the 3 months. Chat, always correct. I feel like that's, to be fair, that is probably more indicative of your understanding of Hearthstone than the opponent's. So if that's what you mean, then sure. I don't think that's what you meant. Could you silence Cthulhu before? You could. That seems no longer possible, doesn't it? Because of the stats are white instead of green. Which does feel a little bit better with the text that he has written on him. Yeah, opponent should have just used that one Demon Hunter spell that destroys a minion, yeah. Yeah, why oh why did they let them play the card that lets them live for an extra turn? The funny thing about that is chat always desperately begs me in those situations to give up the one card that it could allow me to win the game simply so that I could extend the game, and then when they see an opponent do it, they call it a misplay. You can't silence Cthulhu anymore? That is something, isn't it? This is more than likely a Pirate Rogue. To be fair, it was a misplay because they lost. True, true. I've been misplaying for the first hour of today's stream then. Alright, this we've established is bot behavior to just rope out the mulligan and not play. So we're going to move on. I think a lot of the bots that were displaying this behavior in the past, though, did get eaten in that recent ban wave because I've been encountering that specific behavior a lot less than I was at the beginning of the month. So they could have used that as a way to track people that are botting. I'll be right back, though. I need some water and coffee, so don't go anywhere.
Well met.
Panic, Roffle is gone. Is he dead?
All right. We may have dumpstered ourselves substantially so that we can apparently queue into some slower decks, as well as a bunch of robots. Deck night. Ooh. Surely this will be a good one.
Shall we dance?
Okay, not a great hand, so I'm gonna need a decent matchup here, I think. Oh no.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
At least we have this Fan of Knives. Okay, that's starting to help a little bit. Can bridge to the Chosen, as well as clean up some of their stuff.
The fallen will serve.
That would have been nice last turn, but I'll take it. Doomcaller feels underwhelming so far. Yeah, it's probably the worst card in the deck and is largely unnecessary since I have the Tog scheme, but I don't know. People really like extra value where it doesn't belong, so like as a creator sometimes you have to make sacrifices and play cards that you know are worse to make people happy.
I'm a fan of this.
Just glad Vek'lor is in here. Yeah, Vek'lor hasn't felt as terrible as he used to, because he used to be just terrible.
Everybody needs a cast.
But like the stat buff is pretty substantial. This doesn't feel great. Have you played Thaurissan once today? No, I've played him several times.
You have earned an eternity of torment.
They generated that. Really glad I don't have whatever that terrible legendary is now.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Jeez.
Are you my master?
Armor! Armor! Lightly used armor!
Might get to see a world first Doomcaller here. Oh god, I'm dead. I legitimately probably need to draw a Cthulhu or I lose here. Oh. GG.
The symphony of terror begins.
No, Doomcaller didn't get buffed. Yeah. Jeez!
That's all.
That's way too loud.
Okay chat, next up we've got a special event here with Roffle LLC. Go to your neighbor's house and
No,
grab anything that isn't
don't do that.
nailed down, Then grab your neighbor's liver, load them into your trebuchet and launch it to the moon base.
Okay, maybe that last part is fine. Thank you, Benno. This is likely an even shaman box.
Shall we dance?
With the coin, I probably need to prep a little less.
No.
That was louder than the 6 otters, I think. Well, it was, to be fair, 7 minions, so.
We have turned our
Get me out of this
into
one.
our strength.
That's all for now.
Valera versus Jaina.
Very much not looking forward to this matchup.
Shall we dance?
Yeah, maybe this is something. Could try coining this out on 1. Unless they don't develop, then maybe I just play the vendor. Great for me, chat.
Out on me.
Oh, they didn't have it. Why wouldn't they simply just play a rigged bear game there?
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Seems like a pretty big mistake to me. We're gonna try and go prep Tarslick Disciple next turn.
It'll be our little secret.
Guess who? Sparkle.
Card sure is annoying still, isn't it? This is gonna feel bad.
Cthulhu!
Sure did, and always does. It's 1 objection down at least. But I have no more comeback mechanics, and that's just another one, so GG. There's no reason they wouldn't have played it last turn, other than it's the other copy of objection. So we just have nothing but throwing away a vendor this turn. We get further behind and continue losing the game. Yeah, just mega GG at this point.
Armor! Lightly used armor.
Yeah, 1 card has pretty much singularly won them this game, and that first objection was devastating for me. I think any other secret was probably tolerable. Second one hurts pretty bad too. I think the only thing that can help me out here is a Breakdance off the top. Otherwise, there's, again, just no way to swing this back. And even that's probably too slow. Yeah. That simply does not do anything.
That was a mistake.
I don't think we're going to be able to get the Cthulhu quite large enough to matter.
Even if this eats like a 6/6. This is looking like a chatty bartender anyway. Which is just brutal.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
I just need to get out of this game. It's already over, and the opponent's
That's all for now.
taking a very long time to make very simple plays. So glad that deck got a buff, yeah. Fortunately, it didn't matter there. First Paladin in 1.5 hours.
Shall we dance?
Probably Mech Paladin. Hopefully not, though. Let's look for early game in case it is. Yeah, this counts. At the very least, Big Priest didn't get a buff. Yeah, but nobody plays Big Priest, or very few people play Big Priest because it's so bad right now. Oh, but Secret Paladin, that's still a deck, right? I mean, could be now with a 5 mana. Oh my god. Mysterious Challenger. Let's try and sneak a Brann out here before we lose the game on the spot next turn. Because they played 2 mana, draw 5. I just need this Brann on the board so I can ideally kill a Mech Warper. But they have rush minions, so they're probably going to kill the Brann instead, and then I will lose the game. That's surprising. My hand started out good, and then I just drew extremely heavy. Okay, they're probably just going for a big blast-off turn with the hammer here. Seem very annoyed at the game today, Roffle. Well, I've queued into about several hours of... it's just... You know what? You're right. Yes. I'm miserable. You're gonna think that anyway, so I might as well just accept it.
Want to hear my playlist?
Just sincerely the worst type of chat message that I have to read on a regular basis. Wait, what? Oh, Oops. I just did everything wrong there. Hope you feel better, Roffle. I feel fine. That's the whole thing. Stop trying to... Oh my god. Stop projecting your assumptions of my mood onto me. What I don't enjoy is people doing that and speculating what my mood is. That's the thing that gets me upset.
It's extraordinarily dehumanizing to have somebody repeatedly tell you how you feel when you don't feel that way.
Valera versus Rexar. I'm acting on instinct.
Shall we dance?
Gonna have a hard time against Beast Hunter.
Ah, I see you've brought guests.
Doesn't look like Beast Hunter, at least.
Armor! Lightly used armor!
What a sight!
Spend a coin.
Break it, you buy it!
Player on turn 1, yeah, then nobody ever respects the secret rogues.
The Queen's trove is forbidden.
I did this in the wrong order again. I appreciate that, Rafta.
Break it, you buy it!
Do I want to take 4 here? I don't think so.
I'm a fan of this.
Okay, finally we hit some Cthulhu buffs, my god. Well, other than the Doomcallers that aren't good in our deck to begin with. Okay.
Cthulhu is my shield.
What a sight!
Next turn we play this, and then that should get our Vek'lor online.
You better watch your step with this.
It's actually a decent minion to play into a bunch of secrets, right? I guess zombies would be a bummer. And they do know it's in hand, so they probably would be likely to pick the zombies.
Cthulhu is my shield.
Okay. I could even... Yikes.
I obey.
The Feast of Souls begins now. Come, little
I can't kill the brush here because of emergency maneuvers.
This beast will not be tamed.
Looks like they're setting up for a Stranglethorn Heart as well, which could be pretty brutal for me. Wink wink.
Break Beckoner.
My dreaming ends. Your nightmare.
I know all the steps.
I just wanted to make sure I cleared the minions.
To struggle is to survive.
Yeah, there is most definitely a Brinklethorn Heart in hand. Or in deck, at least. 24, is that ever going to be enough? Probably more likely to be than Vek'lor.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
My dreaming ends. Your nightmare begins.
Monkey!
Fight like a storm pike.
It's quite the Elorix. Yeah, I mean, that's what the deck is built to do, right? Weird that we're queuing into more fun decks at high diamond than we did at very low legend today.
Valera versus Valera.
Shall we dance? It takes two after all.
Oh, I said something. Back to the Pirate Rogue bots. Maybe it's the mirror? Yeah. Surely. We have the same hero portrait, so by chat logic, it must be the mirror.
Feed the fish, landlubber.
That's all for now.
No, thank you.
Valera versus Uther. I will fight.
Shall we dance?
This just kind of seems like a good hand for nearly any matchup, right? Fan is good. Well, fan, if it were maybe other classes, I might. Well, no, I think you just always keep a fan against maybe anything that isn't Druid.
None will survive.
Really glad I kept that fan of Knights. Good God.
Reporting for duty.
Are you my master?
Probably not a great matchup, but we've got an okay hand to work with here. I was kind of hoping to hit an armor vendor there just so that I didn't have to expend the coin if I didn't want to, which I mostly didn't want to. I don't even know if next turn is necessarily a Fan of Knives turn.
Reporting for duty.
But it does give me quite a big advantage if I do, so probably just is.
I'm a fan of this.
Reporting for
duty.
This way.
Oh. Mysterious Challenger is odd now. I was thinking to myself, that's kind of a strange card to be playing an Odd Paladin, isn't it? And then I realized, yes. Yes, it is.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
I know all the steps.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Okay. Vek'lor is live. You killed the wrong silver hand. Joke's on you, I killed them all.
Reporting for duty.
Are you my master?
Kind of running out of steam here, so it's pretty fortunate that the opponent is as well.
Reporting for duty.
Cthulhu needs life secret. Was a mistake.
Job done.
Alright. Cartoon's at 17. He's just pretty good as a tempo play in this matchup, so I wouldn't mind drawing him in the near future.
Mount up! Mount up!
The Feast of Souls begins now.
Okay, next turn we can breakdance that if it survives, or we can play a cartoon. If we are good at the game and draw him. Ever seen Gift of Lumen? It's played in Odd Paladin. Pretty neat strat. Yeah, I mean, it has very, very few targets, though. So I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it, but it is different at least.
Reporting for duty.
Well met.
Sintel, thank you for the 11 months. Appreciate that. As the most outrageous thing I think I've ever encountered. I just died to... There should be 0 owls in that deck. I cannot believe some of the silly things that I've lost to today.
There's nothing in the world to silence in this game right now. Oh my god. This is... Oh, nuts. I'm not playing against Secret Mage, man. This is just brutal. Lost to Plague Spreader and Iron Beak Owl today. Just insane. I haven't seen that owl in a while. That's because it hasn't been good in nearly a decade.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Are you my master?
Pretty much since it cost 2 mana. Is the last time it was good, and that was a very... I don't know if it would be good at 2 mana today. Good old exclamation point costume singer. Am I killing that mad scientist? This is probably the turn to do it if I'm going to. It definitely wouldn't be good in Odd Paladin at 2 mana, that's true. The reason this turn is the turn that I want to do it is because it's the turn before the Chatty Bartender. Just go here into here.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
I'm a fan of this. This way. I'm a fan of this.
Good counterspell test. The one attacked move to the Crystal Runner. That's actually the best explanation I've heard. It's really funny. So we go prep Swindle. Probably just like let a Brann eat an objection because... Oh, no, that eats our objection, right? How is it never counterspell right now? Roffle, you should add Beneath the Grounds to this deck. Wait. I miscounted. I am really bad at playing Tarslick. Welcome, Zeddy. I'll consider that.
Armor! Lightly used armor.
Alright, there's the objection.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Oh, okay. Bye, Brann. The Nerubians from it may summon an Uber Khan now. Well, that is actually interesting. I think a Uber Khan with like a... What's the 8 mana spell? I don't know, whatever the Death Rattle 8 mana spell is actually a pretty interesting consideration. Okay. Okay. We're gonna find out exactly what this buff was for, right? Surely it's explosive runes and not objection. I've been lied to. Smoke screen, thank you. Alright, at least we're done with the objections.
Your signature is
for now.
required.
And at least these ogres are big enough to cover their minions. And at least they haven't decided that it would be a good idea to let the Rig Fair game go off.
This way.
The feast of souls begins now.
So did the patch change the meta at all? No, probably not. It made good decks better. So, if that's what you were looking for, it did that. Not sure why that would be a thing you're looking for. Secret Mage is stronger, literally nothing has changed. That's where you're wrong, though. Because in addition to Secret Mage being stronger, so is Shadow Priest. All right, we're perfectly set up here to never draw our Cthulhu.
You are on fire.
But oh dear God, don't you dare hit me with a bartender. Thank you. Okay, I probably do want to just trade and then make sure I hero power here. So sorry, buddy, you're just never getting played. Hey, welcome, Aborn. Feels weird, man, but why did Blizzard not buff my niche tier 8 deck SMH in my head? I mean, to be fair, they did do that. It's just like bumping a tier 8 deck up to like tier 7 or 6 isn't going to make it see a whole lot of play. Look, I'm fully committed to this eating a Cabal Crystal Runner so I could go back to that joke that I was about to make about how that's the whole reason for the Crystal Runner buff is to buff the Cthulhu Rogue. So I'm going to hold this until it can eat a Cabal Crystal Runner. Quite sure only tier 8 and tier 1 decks got buffs. Shadow Priest and Secret Mage were not tier 1 decks before the buffs, though. I feel like one of those is a Rig Fair game.
Cower, fool.
Look, I'm fully committed to this. I will bring him back to hand, even if it means I don't get lethal next turn. There's no way it's Ice Block, right? No, it's not Ice Block. I don't know what this next card is, though. Like, this one of these is obviously the second Rig Fair game. Maybe the second card is the third Rig Fair game. That's the only thing that, like, actually makes sense not to play to me.
Your signature is required.
So I'm gonna eat that guy, then. Alright, just for you, chat, I'll pretend like there's a possibility it's Ice Block. Seen a double Plague Spreader and an Ironbeak Owl? No. Oh yeah, double Ironbeak Owl, you had that right. I'll not be surprised if it's Ice Block. I mean, that's true, but I'm pretty sure that was a robot. Oh, I am dropping some frames. In all honesty, opponent lost because they didn't let the Rig Fair game proc. Yeah, they had multiple opportunities to. That's again why I think it was a bot, because it seemed like a pretty clear play to me. Alright, we're going to keep the Blade of Cthulhu. I missed on my opportunity to make the joke last time, so this time for sure. Clueless maybe opponent isn't Secret Mage? No, it's another Secret Mage bot. Again, this is that same roping behavior we were talking about.
That's all for now.
So, we'll just move on to the next game. Try and find a human opponent for a change.
Valera versus Anduin.
Hey, we found a priest, and it only took 4 hours. Or 2 hours, sorry. I know how to count. Surely it won't be a shadow priest, right?
Don't keep your thoughts
Okay.
to yourself.
This is actually fine. I thought it was aggro.
Are you my master?
Big Priest would be nice for your blades, yeah. Like there are, Big Priest is certainly not a good matchup for the deck, but there are draw orders that are good for me, right? Like if they don't Shadow Essence until closer to turn 6, then I could stall by eating their big stuff until I'm able to slam the Cthulhu. I would have to draw extremely well though. So it's absolutely not a likely thing to happen, but it's possible. You bet the bugged rogue card beneath the ground summons 4/4s that summon the buffed Nubarok. Yes, Zeddy came in and informed me. Arena Priest seems like a fine matchup. Yeah, it depends on how much disruption they have. There are worlds where there are silly things like Theotar still in their deck. Anyway, I don't the Anubricon thing is probably a bug, or it's definitely a bug, and I don't really like making videos that often that are centered around bugs, not because of some moral concern or anything like that. It's just kind of uninteresting to have a showcase a deck that can only be played for a brief period of time.
Armor! Lightly used armor.
I'm a fan of this.
Okay. I'm just going to accept that this is probably not going to survive. Oh, welcome, OG. That said, there's a Shadowstep play with the Disciple next turn that I could go with. Could you make a short about it? Sure. I don't think that... I mean, the point still stands, right? If anything, shorts tend to be more long tail than main channel videos.
Not too quickly.
Yep. It's perfectly fine. Play that so bad, but I should probably just snag my minion back. Let's punch here because next turn looks an awful lot like Thaurissan Hero Power, which doesn't look that great. other than it makes my Shadowstep cost -1, which is pretty neat. One day we will draw Cthulhu. I have drawn Cthulhu many times already, so we won't have to wait until one day, is the good news.
Armor! Armor! Lightly used armor.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and cycle this so that we can maybe see another card. Fantastic. Just finding all the cards we're looking to reduce here. The good news is, when we do finally draw the Cthulhu, every single card in our deck will shortly thereafter be Cthulhu.
At last, a worthy disciple.
I could also shuffle 8 copies of Kazakus Man into my deck. Surely that's a good thing to do, right? Oh, they got the 3 damage one? No. Okay. It's kind of fine.
Symphony of terror begins.
Alright. Just gonna make a guy here. There's only one card in my deck that I'm not hero powering alongside next turn, so might as well just swing there. Forgot Tog Scheme could target enemies? Yeah, it's not a common thing. Maybe they have a Cthulhu, and then I could Tog Scheme theirs. Who needs to draw Cthulhu if the opponent just draws it for me? That is the... maybe one of... okay, I've got a lot of bad draws left in my deck somehow. Jeez. That was one of the worst possible draws I could have hit, though. That was brutal. Is there a reason to play Viper at the moment? Pirate Rogue?
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Yeah, they got Breakdance. Nice. Oh my god! I have not drawn a card in a very long time. If you'd like to make a suggestion, you can type !suggest. That's the best path to do that. They have Cthulhu, right? No, this is the leftmost one. This is the one that was from my hand. That was the one that was from my deck that they played. If I draw Shadowstep here, I'm going to lose my mind. Or I guess there's always the other Breakdance as well.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Must move quickly.
I think I'm at the point where if I don't draw the Cthulhu, I probably do just lose. That's also a decent pickup.
The Feast of Souls begins now. Come, little ones.
Is Reno Cthulhu good? I don't think... No. No. Almost certainly not. Cthulhu isn't good, and then making Cthulhu less consistent by not having as many Cthulhu buffs doesn't seem like a good way to go about things.
Well met.
Favorite deck this expansion?
I generally don't have favorites in decks just because I play 365 decks a year, and so I don't really get too attached to any. But there have been quite a few fun ones.
I've got plenty of mojo to go around.
It seems pretty bad for me. Favorite card? I mean, the same answer. I don't think in terms of this thing is my favorite. I like variety. I like I don't know. I don't even take time to think about what my favorite card might be. I just play cards that I enjoy and decks that I enjoy. I almost botched this card again. I have drawn just some of the absolute worst possible cards I could imagine.
Feast of Souls.
Everyone asks what Roffle's favorite deck is, but no one ever asks the decks what their favorite Roffle is.
It's true. It's true. Really inconsiderate when you think about it. This was just, like, impossibly bad sequence of draws to end the game. So, unfortunately, we lost our one slow matchup for the next hour and a half. Wait, why didn't they hero power to set up lethal?
My dream ends. Your nightmare begins.
All right. More than half of my deck is Cthulhu. I trust the top of my deck here.
Cthulhu? More like Seathlots.
Seath? Excuse me? Thank you, Collie, for the bits.
My dream ends. Your nightmare begins.
They got it from the random 1-mana card. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Why didn't they play that the previous turn? Didn't they just lose? What? Some of the plays that we're witnessing today have just been outrageous. I still don't understand why they didn't just play that the turn prior. Oh my god. Just like I said, we lost our one slow match for the next hour and a half. This is a really good hand. It's unfortunately wasted against an even shaman.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
That's all for now.
Alright. I'll be right back.
Valera versus Thrall.
Shall we dance?
We have turned our curse into our strength.
That's all for now.
I'd like to play against a human, please. I would like to play against a human and then not get cheesed by random cards that make no sense, please.
Valera versus Tyrande.
Alright, please don't be aggro priest.
Shall we dance?
This hand does not look good. Okay, Renathal Shadow Priest is fine.
Ah, I see you brought guests.
Okay, we've got some card cycle going. Just need to hit the Swindle and not just draw some of the worst possible cards this time around. Okay, cycle that.
This.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Oof.
Break it, you buy it.
It's a little early for our good friend Cthulhu right now.
Cthulhu is my shield.
Patch online already. No, unfortunately not yet.
I obey.
I know all the steps.
Who knows what secrets
My shield.
This Brann always sticks until turn 8. Close. Almost got there.
Pick me! Pick me!
Armor! Lightly used armor.
I obey.
Hard run Shadow Wound Pain, by the way. I mean, that's not unreasonable in a Renathal. Alright. Give me the blade. Unlucky. Guess we'll just do this.
The feast of souls begins now.
I don't think Shadow Word Pain is unreasonable in a Renathal Reno Priest, is it?
I've got plenty of mojo to go around.
You're going to get Signature Cthulhu. I'm not going to try. If it happens, it happens, but I don't think it's wise to chase cosmetics like that.
Who here can spell Zinjari?
It's certainly not a good use of my money. I'm a little bit worried about them stealing
I'm a
that.
fan of this. Are you my master?
Break it, you buy it.
So I would like to have at least one like scheme ready to go before I just throw it out there, or just simply use it to kill them. I appreciate that, Roski.
Pick me! Pick me!
It's not a bad card to get off of the Raised Dead, is it?
There is no light, only power!
Oh! Wait, that's the exact draw I wanted here. Just play it safe.
This way.
There will be pain.
And then I can shuffle another one if and when this dies. But now, at least if they, like, steal it somehow, it's not entirely the end of the world. Cannibalize is your shadow spell, yes. So is Shadow Word Ruin. The good news is they should have no idea what's in my hand, right? Well, I guess that's also some pretty good news. Oh no, it's happening
This
again,
way.
chat. The implications of Cannibalize being a holy spell would be deeply troubling. True. Oh no, we're doing the thing where we just top deck the 0 mana cards again. Oh no, opponent's doing the thing where they steal my cards again. This is devastating. That card is going to single-handedly carry this matchup now. This deck is very slow when it doesn't draw the Swindles. What would the Swindles cut for? I mean, the Swindles are in the deck, I'm just not drawing them.
Our gift of frost shields us.
That's GG.
A mistake.
That's all for
now. Started off so strong there, and then just, again, repeatedly top-decked cards that do nothing.
Versus the Lich.
Alright, surely this time it'll be a Blood Deck Knight, right? Let's just go hunting for some Swindles here. No, I remain O for my lifetime.
We have turned our
I think it's important for chat to stay calm and reasonable here. Therefore, I say that we all should be allowed to eat a bite of our sandwich now.
That's not reasonable, though.
Hearthstone fact number 33, Kel'Thuzad is actually British. This is referenced when he greets us from the cold dark.
Okay, that's starting to make sense. Thank you, Benno and Janae, for the bits. Okay, we drew a card that we can play. Oh god. Oh good god. Yeah, we've lost.
I know all the steps.
Alright, 0 of the cards in my hand do nothing. Do anything. So that's a shame. It's generally better in card games when the cards that you draw do something. Is Cthulhu feeling better at 8 mana? He feels about the same. I don't think there's been nearly any situation where I played him at 8 mana and I was like, wow. I sure would have lost if this were a 10 mana card.
That's all for now.
The simple fact is that there's probably no mana change that would have allowed Cthulhu to work in the wild metagame. No reasonable one, at least. You could make him 6 mana. It's not going to change the... Like, you still need time to develop the stats and, like, buff him for him to be a relevant play on board. And that's still going to happen around turn 10 or so. Cthulhu at 8 makes Doomcaller feel worse. I mean, Doomcaller has always been a really terrible card. So I don't think that changes much. And we're back to the bots now. The amount of setup required and the weak minions have to play to buff him are the problem, not the mana cost. Yeah, exactly. That's the point I was circling around. Okay, this is a bot.
That's all for now.
Hope there will be a way to make Cthulhu great. No, again, because of the words we're saying, it's not likely to happen. the game plan of Cthulhu itself is inherently the problem. And the speed of the metagame in the formats that he's played in. Or at least currently played in. He'll probably be fine in... there's just no humans in this format. He'll probably be fine in Twist, but...
Shall we dance?
He's... I don't know. That doesn't offset the damage that was done by the buffs for the Wild format. This is... just going about as well as I thought it was going to today.
Feed the fish, landlubber.
Armor! Lightly used armor.
Hey, Roffle, I have an awful idea. What if you could get discount below 0 mana and get mana back? Yeah. That would be great if you wanted to make Tony Druid more prevalent than it already is.
Okay, instead of a sandwich, can I eat some ice cream? I'm very hungry.
I mean, really, if you think about it, you should have considered that and eaten before the stream like the rest of us. But thank you, Benno. A coin is basically what was suggested. I mean, imagine Tony Druid with life binders, all the 0 mana spells. It would win the game on like turn 1, turn 2. Maybe that's a little bit unrealistic, but it would win the game much more reliably and faster. SBD, thank you for the 4 months.
I'm a fan of this.
That said, at least they were like reasonable in their assessment that it's a bad idea.
Armor! Lightly used armor.
Look! You shinies!
Wow. What a horrendous hand they've drawn. That's like some of the hands I've drawn recently.
Are you my master?
Wait, we just get to go here into 7 mana cartoon? If only Cthulhu had charge. I mean, he sort of does, right? If you squint hard enough.
Hey Roffle, I have a great idea. What if we sliced our cheese into small tiny little pieces to make it easier to melt onto stuff?
I agree, that is a great idea. YouTube viewers are not going to understand why that's so funny, though. But thank you, Collie. Oh my god, we drew both Swindles in one game? This one coming at arguably the perfect time? I would have really liked to hit the Vek'lor there. But I did not. Okay, at least we ate that attack. Please don't be good.
Bring a sword to a fish fight.
I hate you. Alright. I'm gonna go for the Cthulhu attack step Cthulhu play. Oh! Okay, sure. Why not?
My dream ends. Your begins.
Alright. Got lethal set up. There are very few ways in which we can die here. Please don't allow them to draw them.
There be no
Oh!
6 feet under.
We did it, chat. Oh, no, no, no! I had more Cthulhuing to do. Just unbelievable. Remember when unnerfed oh, unbuffed. I don't think that Twin Emperor Vek'lor was ever considered a good card, was he? Wasn't he pretty frequently cut? Maybe he was played in like just the warrior version, but I think he's pretty frequent, like over the span of Hearthstone has been kind of bad. Alright, surely this isn't a mechanical paladin again. But just in case it is, I probably have to keep the Tar Slick. Please don't be Mech Paladin.
I must move quickly.
It's just Rope Paladin, that's a bummer.
Job's done.
Cthulhu is 8 mana now. Nope. What would give you that impression?
Initializing descent.
Are you my master?
Theoretically, I could use this with the Disciple.
Really? It's not too heavy.
Can we win this? We're certainly gonna try. Stupid Doomcaller always showing up. To be fair, that's my fault for not cutting him when I should. So, I guess I bear some responsibility
Really?
there.
It's not too heavy.
No broom, please.
The light dims, but we fight.
What would you replace him with? I don't know. The new 1-mana draw spell, maybe?
This way.
Yeah, like a card that does anything. That would be a good step.
True strength comes from within.
That's alarming. Oh. That's a little less so. That's alarming.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
I just need trade bait on board here so that I can survive a little bit more. It does look an awful lot like Omayog though, so I can't really rely on
My client has the heart of a Kyrian.
drawing the
Need a bit more spice over here.
Fan of Knives if that's my game plan. Oh god, I'm just mega dead before I ever get there. It would have been nice to at least pretend like I had a chance though.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
I do not think there are any outs for me. So, should probably just go next.
Remember this, that's all for now.
I remember not long ago I had somebody in my YouTube comments tell me that I have checked out of Wild Hearthstone and don't follow it closely enough, nor do I know anything about it, because said that the Countess is not a strong card in Wild. Why don't we play Vanish? Because Vanish would be a very bad card in this deck. Hey, there's a Swindle.
Shall we dance?
I don't know what to expect with the Warlock. Hopefully something on the slower side, because this hand is brutal. Keep drawing the Doomcaller. Zoolock, that's not a deck in this format. Certainly not one to expect, but we have queued into a lot of strange decks today. Wait, really? I mean, yeah, Zoolock has not been played in Wild in... Oof. Years? Ever? Maybe early on when Keleseth was Kelesething and Patches was patching. Closest thing to it has to be a Cute Lock, Disco Lock? Yeah. I mean, the early Wild, there were some, like, Zoo Lock decks, but certainly not since then. They don't seem to like these Divine Shields all that much, so let's keep making them. Closer thing is Discard or Dark Glare. I wouldn't consider Dark Glare even remotely similar to what Zoolock was. Yeah, it could be just like Reno. It's definitely some sort. That's fine. There's a hold your breath moment there.
Are you my master?
Two? Two Swindles? Really held my breath there? Okay, keep doing it because it clearly worked, so. Alright, I need to draw the Cthulhu and find Tog Scheme, because if they're deranged enough to be playing a Novaratu, certainly they're playing a Ticketus as well, right?
Are you my master?
All right. There's also just like the movements that could delete the Cthulhu. It doesn't seem like a card in Reno, so maybe they have duplicates of some of these cards that are going to wreck me.
The symphony of terror begins.
I have enough bounce effects for the Cthulhu. I just need to draw him. Am I getting cursed here?
Heard of me?
This largely seems fine. Swindle. It's pretty unlucky. Extremely unlucky. It's barely half my deck. Jeez.
I know all the steps.
Alright. Sure hope we draw the Cthulhu before we draw the rest of those agonies. What is going on with these shuffle? Who's shuffling these decks? Alright, just top deck Cthulhu here.
You're so sweet.
It's fine. It's not Cthulhu, but I guess I'll take it. Just play the one that we've already shown. Alright, Cthulhu is at 30. I am at 20. Buffet are already available. No, there's no eating allowed on this stream. Am I dead? I'm not dead. Might as well be, though. Give me Cthulhu. Oh my god! Give me the Cthulhu. Give me the... Oh! Absolutely unreal. I cannot believe how unlucky that opponent was. Oh my god.